Hello, I'm Felicia Vereen, always known as Fee.
Hey, Fee, and I'm your girl, Sharita 3, better known as Fred.
And we are Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast, all about uplifting you.
Yes.
Because, friends, face it, you are awesome.
We'll be chatting up about topics we love to talk about. All the things we as women must juggle every day and the ish we complain about. But who's listening? Girl,
we'll chat about the struggle, the job, and about him. You know who we talking about.
Girl.
That boo, husband, boyfriend, ex, whatever you calling them today. Our lovely hellions, kids.
Our angels. But seriously, friends, life happens, and we don't always get a chance to talk about it. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving.
Because that's what we were told to do.
Yep.
But here on Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast with Red and Fee, we are the friends you love to hang out with. We are here to inspire her, the Total Woman.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm
What? No. Well, hello there.
Hey, I feel like I ain't been on here in months.
I know. We took last Tuesday off. It was my anniversary, so I was like, we put up a old one, right?
Well, how was the anniversary?
It was nice. We had
a anniversary.
Yeah.
Me? I forgot the words.
I know.
I saw a video. I mean, it must be nice to go on your anniversary dinner in style. I mean, I don't know what kind of car that is, but I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you.
What else been going on? What else has been going on?
Just working. We had our over the weekend we had our cast of Meet the Threats come to the house. So we did
it.
Yeah, so we introduced the supporting cast. So that was interesting and fun. So
I saw that. I was like, when I'm gonna get my part? I mean, I need to come in myself.
You're gonna be a part of it.
No, I mean, let me get my.
You
all
will.
Right. Well, listen, I gotta do this. Because it was all over. I want to say all over the news, but it should have been. It was all over the airwaves, all over social media. The Deltas came out this weekend, baby. Did you hear me? I saw Richmond. I saw Savannah. I don't know who else there was, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Savannah came with the flavor, baby.
Nice.
Not only the new Deltas, but our sorors, the president. Oh my God. You got to see that video. It was nice. So I just want to say, with my Delta cup, toast to you ladies who came out this weekend. I am loving it. And I hope you love your Delta journey because I am well into my 26th year. And it's a ride, baby. I wouldn't do anything other than Delta.
Well, congratulations. Yes.
All right, let's get into it.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Girl, we are talking about being women that are being a wife to a boyfriend.
How many of us have done, will do, or are currently doing that? Have done. But I don't think, you know what? I'm smarter now. In my at the age I am now. I think I'm smarter now.
Yeah, so what are some of the differences? I mean, we're going to get into it with some excerpts from the book, but what is the difference? How do I know that I'm doing something that a wife would do, and how would I know that I'm doing something that a girlfriend would do? Well, first
let me say this.
Yes.
Guys, listen, please share, and share again, because we want to have these topics, want to have these conversations with you guys, and we want your feedback. So share with your friends, Get your people in here because this is a great topic. And the book, for those of you who didn't hear the topic, is Don't Be a Wife to a Boyfriend. And it's by Shonda Brown White. And I think she wrote it about 6 or 7 years ago. But the topic stays prevalent. Stays prevalent.
Hmm. So some of the things I think that I wouldn't do as a girlfriend is I'm not buying no house with a boyfriend. That's just me personally. I know people that do it, but I'm not going to buy a house with a boyfriend. I'm not going to make any major purchases with the boyfriend. Um, I think those are kind of some of the things that I know I wouldn't do if I'm not married.
I, you know, I don't live with boyfriends.
That's true too.
I've never lived with a boyfriend. Like we live together. This is the only
Mhm.
house I'm coming to. There have been, sleepovers, all that stuff, but this is the house that we both come to every day, and it's I
Yeah, I haven't. My husband was the first man that I lived with. In my whole 40 some years, I had never lived with a man.
my ex was the
Mhm.
same way. It's like, oh, okay, and like you said, major purchases and things like that. Because if you break up, then what? Then what?
Yeah. I'm not even sure about going into business or investing money into a business. Now, if we're engaged and the relationship is healthy and that's the plan to get married, then I would do those things. But if I don't have a ring on my finger, I don't think that I would be doing those types of things. I have not done it, so I don't think that I would.
It's just a matter of, I don't know. It's always the what if.
Right.
Like it's the what if, or when we start having issues or problems, then things start getting rocky and
Mm-hmm.
break up, and then now you got all this stuff that you got to worry about.
Right.
I just kind of yoking yourself to that person and not having a contract. Marriage is a contract.
Marriage is definitely a contract. It is. It is. It is.
To me, that's my issue. I just can't. I just can't go off and do that.
No. But in the book, there
Oh,
were certain things that she talked about. So we're going to just talk about each one as we read them all. So we'll remember which ones it is. So this first one is extremely important, and it's know your worth. So one of the central messages of the book is the importance of knowing and valuing your worth as an individual. Women are encouraged to recognize their own values and not settle for relationships where they feel unappreciated or taken for granted. I agree 100%. I mean, it's easy. Sometimes we take people for granted unknowingly or, unintentionally, but it's up to us to bring that to their attention or, listen, I feel like, you don't appreciate me. I could cook dinner for you 50 times, but that one time that I don't because maybe I don't feel good or maybe I'm just tired, I had a long day, it's a problem. So not the 50 times I don't feel like you appreciated it, but that one time that I don't do it, then there's a problem.
like you said, you got to go in knowing your worth, because there are some people who will make it their business when they're mad at you to knock you down a peg or two, or try to knock you down a peg or two. So that number one, know your worth before you go into a relationship. I feel like you need to understand um, who you are,
Mm-hmm.
will take, what you stand for, all of that. Because once you see somebody treating you wrong, then you're more susceptible to leave than to sit there because you don't think you can get any better.
Yeah, a lot of times we do stay in relationships because we don't we don't want to go through the grief and pain of breaking up. We feel like, shoot, we done been with this person for 10 years. But out of the 10 years, how many of those years have been good years?
Happy.
Yes, maybe the first two. Yeah, I don't know.
Want to be? I am allergic to being miserable by choice. You heard what I said? Miserable by choice.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense. Who chooses
Not at all.
miserable?
No, I don't know who chooses to do that.
And this, you we talking about a boyfriend, not a husband. What's a boyfriend? All right, so the second one, she gave us 7 things in the book. So we're like doing a synopsis of it right now. The second one is to avoid premature commitment. And that's one of the things that Red and I said that we were not going to do. The book advises against acting as a wife to a boyfriend before the relationship has progressed to that level of commitment. Instead, women are encouraged to maintain their independence and prioritize. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. And prioritize.
We get it.
Y'all know what I mean. Their
Yes.
own needs and goals. So what she's saying is, don't be rushing into moving in with them, buying cars and houses and putting your money together and all that stuff as a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what might happen. Continue to build yourself. Continue to be the woman that you all, need, woman and man you all need for each other. And create your own goals. If you got things you're trying to accomplish, continue to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish those.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing I thought about, remember our letter from last week before last when the young lady was doing all of this stuff because she wanted this man and she thought this relationship was going to be something. I think a lot of times we rush into it because we want the relationship. We want it to go to the next level. We want to do that.
Right.
Not always what the other person wants. So just avoiding that premature commitment, like looking for the signs if what he's showing you.
And John, hey John, please share. He said, know what appreciation is. That's
Absolutely.
big because there's a lot of people I talk to, and they're like, they don't feel appreciated in their own relationship.
Or people
Or
expect them to have these expectations. They think they're entitled to this because of whatever they may offer, or just by who they are, they feel entitled. Anybody dealt with entitled people, and how do you deal with that? People that just feel entitled.
I wish I had saved that video to play. There's a guy, he played a video today, and it was of a man in the video, and he had all this list of expectations before a woman gets to date him. And it
Hmm.
was like, I got a car note, I got a house note, I got this, I got that, and I got a dog, and I got these kids, and you got to take care of all of this. But it was a man.
Mm.
And he was like, see women, this is what it feels like when you come to us with all those expectations.
Mm.
Man, like, I ain't taking care of all that. There's no
Right.
wonder a man can do that too, because he just met you.
Right. He will be taking on something. Weldon said, take the time to let someone actually learn how to love you. That is good. Now, I thought I think I was having a conversation with somebody, and my thing is, I'm going to tell you what I want and what I need. And then he was like, no, you need to let me figure out what you want and what you need. Because if you tell me, I'm just going to do what you're asking me to do. And without really, meaning it, I'm just doing it because that's what you said you wanted. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way.
Yes. I mean, I can understand that now. In your conversation, you guys can talk about what it is you like to do, where you like to go, different things like that. But if he's around you long enough, he's gonna see those things.
Yeah.
He's gonna see what you like the most.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to things that you like. Anybody that spends time with me know that I like Pandora. I like Pandora and Louis Vuitton. But they're gonna just pay attention to what you you know, what you like.
They will.
You don't have to tell it. A man that's paying attention, you don't really have to tell him anything.
That's true. Because you don't know what you want and we know what you like. Your love language. So the
You
third thing is setting boundaries. So setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. Women are encouraged to establish clear boundaries with their partners and communicate their needs and expectations openly and assertively. I'm big on setting boundaries. I agree 100%. You know
Now,
what
when
you
you
could give.
say set boundaries, what kind of boundaries do you set?
It could be anything. Like for me, timeliness is important. Don't be late. I don't, if you're gonna be late, at least communicate and let me know. Don't have me sitting around waiting. So I'm gonna let you know that timeliness is important to me because that's gonna irritate me and agitate me if you constantly late. So
Right.
if you don't know that bothers me, if I don't tell you that, then you're gonna continue to be late. Then I'm gonna continue to be frustrated, and it's gonna eventually cause a problem. So I need to tell you up front. Listen, if you say you're gonna be here, be here. I'm flexible enough to know that things happen, but communicate. Let me know if you're running late or you're on your way or whatever. So that's one of the boundaries that I set. Just one,
I get it. Now, I set quite a few boundaries,
I'm sure.
but one of my pet peeves is that don't I feel like, and I can say this, since I've been on these dating sites, some men still know how to treat women, but some men come in and they just come in like they're a gift, like they're God's gift, and
That's a sense of entitlement.
with me, you got to do this, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, delete. You know, that's a boundary. First of all, come at me like I am a woman that you would like to know.
Exactly.
If you want to be with me, you just know that you want to get to know me. Treat me like that. Don't come with all this other ignorant stuff.
Exactly. So Kilby said, learning how to say thank you, taking the time to sit your mate down and letting them know you see what they do and how much you appreciate what they do. Also letting them know that I see the difference in my life since I met you. I like that. Spending some money on your mate doesn't hurt. I like that, John. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely the difference I see you and myself since you've been in my life. That would mean a lot for a woman to hear. I love that. I love that.
That's and I used to say back in the day, that's old stuff, old people stuff. But chivalry, man,
You old
that's
man.
listen, guys out there dating us women. Chivalry is not old. Open my door. Any guy that I dated recently know that I'll stand at the door like my hand broke. Open my door, please. I enjoy that. I have no problem saying that I enjoy that, and that's a small thing, but
Yeah.
I enjoy a man that will do that, you know. And I'm the type of person I call and check on you, see how you doing. I I don't. I think a lot of times men think, oh, we're in this new age, we're texting.
Mm.
Not texting, but call me, cause I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I might text you good morning because I don't know your shift or all that stuff, whether you working 9 to 5 like me. But when I find out that you're up, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I don't know how you could build a relationship with text.
I don't know.
I don't feel like you can get to know a person through text messages. People in the chat, do you feel like you can create a healthy relationship through text messages? Texting is the primary part of your communication.
Mm. Well, while you guys trying to answer that, we're gonna go on to the next one. Focus on self-care. Now, for those of you who are just coming in, we are talking about Shonda Brown White's book, Don't Be a Wife to a Boyfriend. And we are reading, we kind of summarizing it, and she gave us 7 topics of
Mhm.
what not to do or what to do.
What type of man you dating, Aunt Valerie? Men that'll sit down before you and ask you if you got to bill.
What?
If we together, we've been together in a
Don't
relationship.
do my aunt like that. Don't do my aunt like that. They better not be asking you to
I
pay the
know.
bill.
Paying for the
So
food.
she's so sweet though. They might think they can get over on her, but they don't know she got a crazy niece, so they better leave her alone. Oh, she
Mm-hmm.
said not me. I'm just saying.
Okay, I agree to say because we're not having that. So
Yeah.
whether you do text but not primary. I mean, texting is fine too. Texting is more so informational. Hey, I'm on the way. Hey, what you want to do tonight? You know, that kind of stuff. But getting to know each other and all that stuff, I think that's better face to face or either having a conversation over the phone.
All right, number 4, focus on self-care. Don't be a wife to a boyfriend emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-love. Women are encouraged to prioritize, I think I got it right that time, their own well-being and happiness rather than solely focusing on pleasing their partner. I wholeheartedly believe
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm giving you everything I got at the boyfriend level,
Mm-hmm.
what
What's left?
what's gonna be left? You're gonna be expecting stuff right now. What's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen when we get married? I mean, good Lord. Some stuff should be left for marriage.
Yes.
Because then, I had a little cousin that got married a couple weeks ago out here in Tybee Island. Tibby, as Sharita says. And they looked at each other. Oh my God, they were
Oh.
and they've been dating each other since high school, and they're only like 23 now.
Oh.
But
Young love.
my man, my man. I mean, they looked when they were looking at each other while they were dancing, you could just see that love. And they saved things for marriage.
Yeah.
Even at the age we are now, you still got to save something for marriage.
Never, John. A man would never buy the cow if he could get the milk for free. I don't know about never. It depends on the man and the relationship. But yeah,
Yeah, what he's saying though. I mean,
definitely why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? If you cooking and cleaning, doing my laundry, paying half the bills, helping with this, doing that. Yeah, you doing everything. So we have to communicate what we want, which goes to the next one. Avoid settling. So women are advised not to settle for relationships that don't fulfill them emotionally, spiritually, or intellectually. Instead, they are encouraged to seek out partners who respect and appreciate them for who they are. What these men at? No, I'm just kidding.
how many how many couples or friends have I talked to, whether it's the guy or the girl, that's in a marriage or in a relationship that don't even talk to each other when they get home,
What?
sleeping in separate bedrooms. Gone,
But
you don't even know where he at. You like, girl, I don't care where he at, as long as he gone.
well,
I
times are these days. It is what cheaper to keep a kind of thing.
I
No, I
guess
live like that. I wouldn't want to live like that. Have no relationship like that.
I would get frustrated. I'd
Me
be up
too.
in the middle of the night looking at him like, I just want to kick him out this thing.
Yeah. Mm.
I couldn't. I couldn't. I'll be plotting.
Be beating them in their sleep. Elbow. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, y'all ain't hear me say that. I would never do that. Never.
Not the evil laugh.
I would never do that. But I would be so miserable. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be miserable.
We said that we heard you say you were allergic to being miserable.
I do not like being miserable. Not in my own house.
Never.
Not in my own house.
No. No, 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 no,
Not
no,
in my own
no.
house. I like to have fun. And I would like to think that once I meet that person, um, that we would have so much in common and be so in tune with each other that even when we're not feeling our best,
Mm.
we would still be able to communicate. And this settling thing wouldn't happen. I would
So,
hope.
right. So, of the three, which one could you do without if you had to? If he didn't fulfill you emotionally, spiritually, or intellectually? Which one could you do without? Which one could y'all do without? If y'all had to pick two of the three, which one would you like? I do.
Intellectually.
Yes,
You ain't
intellectually.
gotta be smart, boo.
Okay.
You
You'll be saying
ain't gotta be
intellect,
smart, boo. You could be
intellect
loving.
is so important. Conversation leads to intimacy. I agree with that.
Believe that if spiritually, because it's hard sometimes finding somebody spiritually that's in tune with you spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
and then emotionally, you
Mm-hmm.
smartest dude out there can talk to me so intellectually, tell me about stocks and all kinds of stuff, and I'd be sitting there like,
No emotions, no feelings. I
no,
think
don't hug me,
intellectually.
don't love on me, don't believe in God.
No, I would say intellectually too. He don't have to be intellectual. I'll take somebody with a GED or that's not as smart. Well, you could be a college graduate and not that bright. So it
Exactly.
educational level doesn't have anything to do with it.
Now
Yeah.
I need you to know how to put some sentences together.
Oh yeah, you can't be
I
walking
ain't talking
around
about like
speaking
that.
broken sentences where I have because I'm a stickler
Right.
for the English. Don't be speaking no incorrect English and making up words and trying to sound smart. No. But I would do without the intellect.
Yeah. I mean, because for me, emotional and spiritual means a lot to me. And that's just
Absolutely.
it. That is I would say that's a boundary now. Now. Back in the day, spiritual wasn't, but now I need you to know God. And I need when I say let's go to church, you don't say, I ain't going to church. I mm,
Yeah.
I need you to go with me.
Pray
And
with me.
if
Yeah.
if if when I first meet you, um, you know, in that getting to know you phase, you find out who people are. Hopefully, my thing is hopefully I want to know, um, whether you believe in God, whether
Mm-hmm.
you church. Because if you Jewish, that ain't gonna work. You're not equally yoked.
No.
You Catholic, you probably still unequally yoked.
Muslim, yes.
We're a little so you got to know though. That's not something you find out later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like this book says, if you are just dating a guy and you meet him and you change yourself for him, or now I'm Muslim.
Mm. People do it though.
They do. And then you break up and then all of your Muslim ties was him. And you don't know what to do. You just doing it because you was with him.
Well, the Christian said, "Come on back home.
Come
You
on
can
back, baby.
always come back. You can always come back."
We will take you. All right. So the next one is communication, like John has been saying this whole time. Communication is key, and we all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Effective communication is essential for healthy relationships. The book encourages women to communicate openly and honestly with their partners about their needs, concerns, and desires.
Mm.
Up front. You
Yeah.
got you got to say that stuff up front because you will be settling if you don't.
Yes. All of it ties into each other. Communicating, avoid settling. Yeah, but you gotta. Yeah, I'm a talker. I'm a communicator. I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Probably over talk, But yeah, you won't ever be with me and not know how I feel because I'm going to let you know.
But there
In
are some relationships
relationships.
that people are in, and and they won't they don't really let you know who they are in the beginning.
Well, I took a woman to see the movie Brother, Where Art Thou? I told her it was an adaptation of the Odyssey. Her response was, "What is that and what does that mean?" Just killed it for me. But that was an educational time. That was a time that you could have, at least she was honest and didn't just play around and say that she didn't know what it was. Did you take time to educate her on what that was,
I
Jean?
mean, that could have been your opportunity to educate that woman, unless you felt like you just can't deal with that, which I
Hmm.
know.
Well, we know intellect is so important to him. So I guess you would forego emotionally because we know you need spiritually and intellect is important to you, but you could deal with a woman not being
He ain't
emotionally
letting go no
feeling.
emotional as much as he like to hug on people and
Yes, that's true.
he ain't letting go of the emotional side.
Yeah, but that was an opportunity for you to teach her, John, what it is.
I think so too. I mean, some people might not know
It might
what
not be well read. It might not know.
and pull her to the side and say, listen, baby, I just want to help you understand some things about this. What I'm she might have appreciated it.
I'm sure she would
Took
have.
the time.
I'm
But
sure.
now you done dumped her and you just looking like somebody that just don't care.
Right. In situations like that, I don't know if you said that to her, but that may keep people from communicating what they don't understand. Or I'm the first one to ask. If somebody say a word that I don't know or haven't heard, I'm asking, what does that mean? I'm going to ask.
I agree. I mean, I will too. I
Ignorance
will
is
too.
bliss. I had a woman tell me she felt ashamed that she didn't know some of the words I was using. Yeah, like,
Cause he's so educated.
I mean, shoot. I wouldn't feel ashamed, but I'm definitely gonna ask you, what does that mean? Or be in Googling what it means, or I'm gonna ask you, what is that word?
I might be like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Right, right. I'm
And
I'm smart enough to know how
kind of
I'm smart enough to know a genuine idea of what you mean based on how you use it.
right.
I can tell, but he said it was Felicia.
If you're talking about listen, if you're talking about something on a car, I know the basic stuff. If you're talking about electronics and stuff like that, now if you're talking about finances, I got you all up and down. But
Hmm.
things that my mind don't think about.
Yeah, and stuff that I'm not even interested in. I'll ask in a minute, what is that? I don't know. What does
Exactly.
that mean? So yeah, but if you're using big words just because you're using big words, like I don't know, it's some words that you could use that a smaller word is the same meaning. Why are you using the big word? Just to show off your vocabulary? Well done. Show off your vocabulary. I
For
mean,
those of y'all, for those of y'all that's just coming in, we are going over this book written by I don't forgot the lady's name. Shonda Brown White. Y'all, I'm having listen, let me say this before y'all think I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm having a moment with this allergy medicine that I am taking. I don't like to take a lot of medicine, but my eyes kept watering. This allergy medicine is got me a little sleepy, a little so just bear with me tonight. I am trying to work with you.
mm,
But we are going over this book, Don't Be a Wife to a Boyfriend by Shonda Brown White. And what both Red and I are saying is that you just can't be all in the beginning.
mm-hmm.
Can't
Your
be all in the beginning.
your woman might be the one that's not as smart as you or don't know all the big words.
That's true. That's
Especially when it comes to cooking stuff. What is this? I ask in a minute, what is this? Different sauces in each family. What's in this sauce? Or what is that? Like, don't be afraid, ladies. Don't be afraid to ask stuff.
don't be. I mean, it's
No,
no reason for you to be afraid. to ask.
No.
Look at my eyes
And
water.
hopefully you don't have a person that make you feel bad. I just had that conversation with a friend. Yeah, I don't be afraid to ask or that you don't know something and
I personally don't have a problem with that. And
me
ladies,
either.
if your man makes you feel like he has a problem with you asking him, "Hey, what did you mean when you said that?" He ain't the one.
No.
He not the one. So you need to go on ahead, skip on along.
So John and Weldon, y'all need to be schooling the women. If they that vulnerable enough to ask you, then that's the pleasing thing. Because I would have sat there the whole time, didn't know what was going on, and just oh yeah, then but me like no, I'm open and honest and vulnerable enough to say I don't know what this is. Explain this to me.
Especially if it's some things I'm like, okay, whatever. But if it's something I care about, or if I care about you, I'm gonna be like, and then when you tell me that, I'm gonna be like, well, dang, you just hurt my feelings. You don't feel like telling, you don't feel like it's important for you to tell me what it is that you mean. You just gonna cut me off like that?
I like that, Ty. And don't do too much in the beginning trying to convince someone you're the one because they're gonna see right through it. You being fake and phony. You doing too much. That's not impressing me. You know where you been or what you do or all that kind of stuff. No, let me see what's in your heart.
A lot of times you can learn from people from what they don't say,
Mm.
just by being around them and just paying attention. Just pay attention.
Hmm.
If a man walks into a building in the door, doesn't hold it open for you and don't even look back, he ain't the one for me. He,
Right.
he
Always ask if you don't know. However, this was the 12th grade required reading. I don't know what it no odyssey. I don't remember what the Odyssey was in no 12th grade. You talking about something 40 years ago, John.
Yeah, but stop.
I know you doing too much.
All the way back. Everybody ain't read the Odyssey.
No.
Everybody has not read the Odyssey, and everybody does not know what the Odyssey is.
And you probably took her to a movie that you wanted to see. Did you ask her if she wanted to see Brother Where Now? Something an adaptation of the Odyssey. She may have wanted to go see the Jimi Hendrix movie.
Listen, all right, our next one, the last one.
Hold on, kid. When we went to the same school, we never read that, and I was in that bed.
Look, I was in advancement too, and
I
I
don't
didn't
remember
read
no
the Odyssey.
Odyssey.
That
If
must
I
have been
do,
before we got there, Tanya.
if I do, well, he was a year older than us, so maybe they stopped it with our class because I don't remember. Even if we did, I don't remember it. We just messing with you, John. But lighten up
I ain't want that woman. He ain't want that woman in the way.
exactly. Because the right woman, oh baby, that's fine. Let me show you what it is. Of
Damn.
all things that irritated you.
All right, so the next one, trust your instincts. Trust, I'm gonna say that again. Trust your instincts. Women are reminded to trust their instinct and intuition because that's a God given gift to women.
Mm-hmm.
Women have instinct and intuition when it comes to relationships. If something doesn't feel right, it's important to listen to those feelings and take the appropriate action.
How
What's
many times we go against? Yes, how that little voice that we hear when you go against it or when I go against it, nothing ever goes right. And I'd be kicking myself in the foot. I should have listened. I knew this wasn't the right thing to do. I knew this wasn't the right thing to say.
I think God gave women that gift. Use it, ladies. If something is something in your head, because when you meet the right guy, he ain't gonna be perfect. No person is. But 9 times out of 10, you just gonna be smiling all over yourself. But when you meet a guy and you're like, everything cool, but it's just something about him. You know how we do it? It's just something about him.
And it keeps nagging at you, nagging at, and every time you try to forget it, it comes back. You try to forget it, it comes back. We all ignore it. Men have it too. We ignore it. Absolutely.
They ignore it because they looking at hmm, that big button to smile. But listen, intuition is strong
Yeah.
because when you sitting there, and this has happened to me at the table before when I was on a date. I'm sitting there with the guy, and I know this ain't going nowhere. To me, I already know that. And instead of me listening to what he's saying, I'm looking at everything that I feel like ain't gonna work. And it's just screaming to me in my head, like, this ain't gonna work. Why you sitting here? This ain't gonna work. Why you sitting here? Instead, I ignored my intuition and I'm still hanging out with this guy.
Did you go on a second date or after that first date or
I did. And
look, oh,
it ended up not so great. And but I knew it. So I couldn't be mad at him. I wasn't mad at myself. I was like, you know what? I just did not listen.
brothers, if you wake up in the middle of the night and she is sitting up,
She already
she
know.
already knows.
Let me listen, guys. A lot of times, and here I go telling our secrets women, but a lot of times we already know. We already know.
We do.
We just willing to settle. We love you so much. Um, we don't want to deal with it. Sometimes we think we too old to start over, or
Yep.
you don't want to learn nobody else's mess.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody got mess.
I know his mess. I don't want to deal with nobody else's mess.
Yes. That's why we say too, because we comfortable. We get comfortable. And we don't want to go through the grieving process. Girl, I ain't got time. I just deal with this mess because I don't want to be dealing with no breakup right now. I got too much going on. All this stuff going on at work. I ain't got time to be dealing with no breakup. The kids acting up. I got this. I ain't got time to be breaking up.
It'd
And
be too much. It's too
yeah,
much.
it is.
Think about what we just said. All the things you go through to get to know somebody. And then you gotta do it all over again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like you said, that's what being comfortable. We're comfortable and we have settled and we don't want to do it again.
So, guys, tell me some of the things that you expect from your wife and you expect from your girlfriend. Because this is about women doing things that a wife would do to a boyfriend and not to my husband. Because it's a fine line.
They might not even think that is not a good thing. But as a woman, it's a thing called being used up.
I don't want to learn somebody's new Wendy's order.
If you don't go somewhere,
What? So look, I know she want the 4 for $4 with a sweet tea and a cookie. I ain't trying to learn nobody else's
I know I
Wendy's
want
order.
some chicken nuggets with fries and a frosty. The chocolate.
Right. Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, give me the number one with extra pickles and lemonade.
Yeah, I mean, men look. We know that some of y'all go through the same things that we go through. So this book is probably for you too. Don't do things that a husband would do.
Well, that's true. What would a husband do? What's the difference? I expect a woman to feel the holes that I have while I feel hers. Your wife or your girlfriend
You expecting your girlfriend to fill those
or
holes
your wife.
or your wife?
If she feeling hoes, and he probably know that she wife material. If she ain't feeling them hoes, she gonna say a
Well,
girlfriend.
you notice the thing is that when two people get together, whether they the husband or the wife, they're probably
Exactly.
gonna be filling some holes as your girlfriend.
Absolutely, it's a progression.
That's the person that might become the wife.
Exactly.
But there are men out here that know goodness well they not gonna marry nobody. And they, the 9 times out of 10, most women, I'm not listen, don't jump on me, ladies, because I said most women want the progression. They want to move from the girlfriend to the wife at some point. After everybody knows everybody, everybody's in love with each other, it's time to move on now, right? There are some men out here and women maybe that know going in that you ain't got a chance in hell at getting them to marry you, but they still allow you to move on. Even and you might say, "I want to be a wife."
Mm-hmm.
Know
Mm-hmm.
in their head that they can't say anything because you're not gonna treat them the same, or you're
Right.
not gonna even talk to them.
That is the difference you should be referring to when you say you notice a difference in his life. Absolutely. So, a lot of times you got have that power. I mean, we did a he said yes where women ask men to marry them, and we know that happens. But 9 times out of 10, we have to throw hints. So, to let you guys have to feel comfortable that we're going to say yes before you propose. So we
Don't most
have to sit
men
around and
know?
wait.
Don't most of y'all men know when you ask the woman whether they're gonna say yes or
Because
not?
we don't talked about it, we know we getting married. Now it's just the suspense of, when is he gonna ask? Like, when is he gonna pop this question? Is it gonna be Valentine's Day? It's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be my birthday. When is he gonna pop the question?
Yeah. So I would hate for somebody to ask and you're like, I don't want to marry you.
Mhm.
That's somebody that is not in tune with that person.
He should say when we get married. He should say when we get. Yeah.
That that is true. I truly believe that. I believe that there's going to be some instances where you probably will do some things for your boyfriend that's
Mm.
more like wifey material. Um, but in the beginning, just try to get to know each other, to get to know whether you even think that this person is going to be a good person for you to stick with, to move on with. And then when you get to that point and you guys are some has some time into the marriage. Now the one thing that I'm against, I'm probably not gonna be a 5 or 6, 7 year girlfriend.
No.
I'm not that chick. I'm not 5 years and I'm still your girlfriend. Back when we was in high school or something like that, when I wasn't trying to get married, but as an adult, 5 years and you don't know that I'm the one, then you're not the one.
Mm-mm. And getting into the common law marriage. Yeah, I think that's 5, 6 years. That's just too long to. But it depends on the person and their lifestyle, their relation. What they got going on. A lot of people don't want to get married until they feel like their finances are good. Some people wait to get married until this. So,
And if it's good for you, by all means.
but as for me,
But as for me and mine,
I would be no 5-year fiance.
no 5 year, no, no. And then when we get engaged, I ain't gonna be engaged for 5 years. Girl, we could get married, girl. We just trying to get our money together. Y'all
Mm-mm.
not ready. Y'all not ready.
No. A woman should not be looking for a husband. The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. A woman has to allow herself to be found. She has to know that she is the catch. Once a man finds a wife, he obtains favor of the Lord. Ladies know the process. I agree with that 100%.
All right, Deacon Kilby. I
You know
got
he
you.
a deacon.
All right, Deacon Kilby. We know, but do we get ahead of ourselves sometimes? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We
Look
be
at
anxious, but no
love
one should
in
be
all
anxious for
wrong
nothing.
places. But listen, guys, I thought that this was a great topic to have tonight because a lot of times you hear women just talking about, some of the things that they've done, and you're looking like he ain't even your husband.
Mhm.
Why are you doing that?
Mhm.
We've been together for so long. Okay. Well, when you gonna get married? Girl, I don't know. I want to get married, but well, now you've been in the relationship and you've been doing wifely duties all this
Mhm.
time, and you don't even know if he want to get married. And
You don't
you,
even know. I thought like we let's just make this official. Like when you gonna make this official? You know.
it's a lot to this wondrous web that we weave. You know,
I agree.
we are. I don't know this road called life. I think some women learn at an early age, some women learn at an older age, but at some point I think like Shonda says, you have to know your worth, set your boundaries, and don't settle.
I agree 100%. I also am a firm believer that you live life by your own terms. It may not be written in the book. It may not. You could be doing the exact opposite, and as long as it works for you, it may not work for everybody else, but it works for me being this way, and I'm good. I'm okay with it being this way. So I said, live life. Life is short. Do what makes you happy. Do what works for you.
And that's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And we appreciate you guys coming out and talking with us tonight. So
Yes.
some of these men on here, listen, we're putting together Battle of the Sexes. It's coming up, and we're hosting along with our sophisticated dummies. And y'all know it's always a fun time when we are with the dummies.
Hmm.
But we're trying to get things together, but y'all men don't want to participate. Like
John to participate. John got a lot of knowledge to kick.
and have, and we say battle of the sexes because that's a fun term to use.
Hmm.
But we're just gonna be talking.
Tanya said sign her up too. Tanya gonna come with it.
All right, well, here we go. I'm signing Tanya up on the dotted line.
See, Tanya be getting Weldon said he's down.
Is
Tanya
down.
getting information. Tanya, you do a lot of socializing with groups, like different groups of your friends from like all walks of life. So you kind of have a plethora of information and conversations. Like even you just saying you guys were just talking about that the other night. So I'm sure y'all talk about all kinds of stuff.
Me and Tanya was just talking about that the other night. She said she gonna sign John up. All right, John Kilby, Tanya just signed you up. Sorry.
Tanya, John ain't got time for you. You don't know what the Odyssey is.
Listen, if y'all know what the Odyssey is, and I mean, don't go looking it up now, but if you know what the Odyssey is, put it in the comments and we're going to send you a gift.
I don't know what the Odyssey is, so
John
I look it
Kilby's
up myself.
telephone number.
I need to look it up my daggone self.
I know what the Odyssey is, but John, John, he done dumped the girl because she didn't know what the Odyssey was.
Mm-mm-mm.
But okay, so we are going to contact all of those people who said that they would like to be a part of Battle of the Sexes, and we are going to get this thing moving. I kind of wanted to do it in person, but I think I'm setting myself up for too much. But we will see. We will see. I think we could do it though.
Oh yeah, I remember the Odyssey. Read about
If
it.
we
I
did
remember that.
in person.
He's talking about Tanya's correct. So
Oh,
Tanya, so
he got
Tanya,
three
you would be
exclamation
the
marks.
perfect person. Tanya is smart anyway, so yes, you would be somebody that John could have an intellectual conversation
Tanya,
with.
don't be trying to make moves on my man. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
know John can't be my man.
Look, she wanted to go see Pootie Tang.
You know what, Welder? You are not a comedian.
Well, they're crazy.
Well, guys, listen. We don't have a letter tonight because I did not look in my email to see if we had one. But next week, I promise you, we will have another letter. And for those of you who want to write in a dear Red and Feed letter, just talking about, something that you might want to get off your chest, or a question you have, or something dealing with relationships, or whatever. It could be a job, whatever. We'll read it online and we'll get some opinions. A lot of times you need to bounce stuff up against other people, and you might come out with a whole different opinion and a way to handle your situation. So, dear Red and Fee, send us a letter if you want us to read it online. And if not, I mean, we could read it and send it back to you too, but reading it online is a lot more fun.
Yes, it is. And I have something that's totally off. I just want to ask a question. The guy that set himself on fire outside of the Trump Tower, what was that about?
I
It,
don't know.
why did he set himself on fire? And now he died. Like,
I
what,
don't know.
was he
Was
a martyr?
I don't know. I don't know, girl. Anybody know? Tell us, because I saw it, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. I just think people are doing too much.
Yeah, and pray for our kids, y'all. We're losing so many teens and kids in the area, Richmond, Chestville, Colonial Heights, Dinwiddie. Our kids are really just dying, getting shot, robbed, and stuff. So let's pray for our kids. I'll be at another school on Thursday talking to some of the kids about stress and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. So, um,
I
yeah,
hate that our kids even
our
have
kids.
to deal with stress and anxiety at their age. I hate it.
Yes, me too. Oh, that was his way of protesting?
To set itself on
Yeah,
fire?
I don't know what good he could put Trump on fire. I don't know. Hey, Anita.
I hate that he did that. I mean, was he trying to bring attention to Trump, or was he against Trump? I
I
don't
don't know.
I
I
don't
guess he got asked his maker, wherever he is. Like, I mean, just imagine his family. Like, what are you thinking? I hope he didn't have any kids leaving behind. But
I
that
do have one thing
yeah.
that I got a question. I do have a question. This is Red and Fee, whatever comes to your mind moment right now, I guess. But I was looking online. I surfed the net for topics and different things people talking about. And I keep coming across Kanye West and his wife. I don't understand why she's naked in public all the time and he is overly clothed. I don't does he have her allegedly, I don't know what the word I'm supposed to be saying, but does he have her drugged? Like, does she really wants to walk around like that in public?
I haven't seen him to pay too much attention to him. Anybody
Woman is naked, almost naked all the time. All the time.
maybe she's just free. I don't know. Maybe she feels free and I don't know, doesn't have any inhibitions about maybe she
I
likes
don't get it.
sexuality. I don't know.
I,
But
I
yeah,
don't
that is
get it. I don't.
that was that these were like the Arsenio Halls, things that make you go, make you scratch your temple. The attention is a drug. Oh wow, okay.
Is it? Because she
It
looks
could
like
be.
she's staring off into space when she with him. And like the day I saw the picture of her, she got on a whole like a nude bodysuit and walking around with a pillow in front of her breast.
Mm.
And he walking around with a hood, all black, fully clothed, face covered up, everything.
Well, he got mental health issues. I'm not sure
She
if he
must
does
be too.
cult like. I
Has
think
her
Kanye.
wearing,
That's true too. She could be a walking billboard for him.
but that stuff is ugly.
Well, remember the moon boots he had? They were ugly too.
He looked like the Michelin Man the other day. I'm like, it's somebody gave him something. He got a Mickey for life or something. Somebody gave him something. I don't know
Mhm.
what it was. I think he was allegedly at Diddy house and
Oh wow.
somebody spiked
Al-
his drink.
Allegedly.
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 Can we say cult life? Yes. We can definitely say that. Say that.
The trash bag look was his design too. Yeah, that the big old trash bags that he was wearing. I don't know. I
I
don't.
don't know who would be buying that mess, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I feel for her. I
Right.
feel for her. And what I read today said that her dad was some big mob boss in Australia or something crazy.
Wow. So she probably was escaping him.
I don't
So when do y'all think the WNBA is gonna catch up to the NBA? You see the differences in them women's salaries as opposed to the men's salaries? And now this Caitlin Clark and the other young lady, the WNBA, the women's basketball is getting a little bit more attention. People coming to the games and stuff, and maybe they'll be able to sell out some arenas like the
when
NBA.
people start coming to the games more and more sponsors and more people start investing in the WNBA.
Mhm. Well, how long has it been around? Would we say maybe 10, 15 years? WNBA? Some of y'all guys, how long has the WNBA been around?
But people didn't start watching it until old girl came. I mean, really, it being on TV is when the Caitlin Clark and I mean, what's her name? Is it Caitlin Clark?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other little girl name?
The black girl. I can't remember her name.
Until they start, you know, having little issues or whatever was going on. That's what you started hearing about the most, which I hated. Like these players can actually play, and y'all want to talk about the drama.
Right.
Why is it got to be that way when we're talking about women?
And it
And
just shows us that we still, you know, at a disadvantage in so many different things.
are
They moved the game from the outer arena to the Capitol Arena this weekend because the game sold out in minutes. It's coming. Okay.
I pray that it is because
Yes.
they're starting to um especially in college basketball, we're starting to pay attention to that a little bit more. And these girls are moving up to WNBA, so hopefully.
Boy, don't give it crazy. The WNBA will catch up when they lower the baskets and shorten the court. That will create more fast breaks and dunks to make game exciting.
He might be right. Well,
But then if they do that, then
they're gonna say that it can't compare to the men.
exactly. Or no, we don't want y'all to lower the court. We just as good as the men are. He said, "Boo." John, I don't know about that.
Take your man and go on. Y'all going on.
I don't know about that one.
Listen, guys, we truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us tonight. And if you have topics that you would like for us to talk about, please send them our way. We would appreciate it. And if you have a topic that you would like to talk about, we love having guests.
We
We
sure do.
we enjoy it. We will see you guys again next week, same time.
Toodaloo.
We are here to inspire her, the total woman.
Yay.